Hello, guys, and welcome back to Fox to Fox Report. Now, I don't know what's going on with Leicester City. Why can't we defend set pieces? How come our performance just drops after Aston Villa tied the match? And who honestly should be starting now? Because there are some players who are not fulfilling their roles, and we have to start looking at options because these players are costing us matches. And I think we honestly could have won against Aston Villa. We had more control in the first half. We had so many opportunities. However, we weren't taking advantage of them. Daka, he played a great match. He did all that he could. He played his role well. He held the ball, give a layoff to Madison, Harvey Barnes, or Lookman, and they just couldn't take those opportunities. Yes, we had Harvey Barnes who made the first goal, passed by Patson Daka, but the other chances where we could have easily scored one more or two more and closed the game from there just were not taken. And you can't stress and say that Patson Daka is not doing his role. He is. He honestly is. You know, if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have that many chances in this match. He played great. Now, as far as defending goes, with set pieces, honestly, I don't know what's the solution now. Are we going to have to take a full week of just learning how to defend set pieces? Because clearly, the way that it has been going on for so long, and it's following with us through every single match. And clearly, like I said, in this match, we saw that this was our main and biggest and most horrendous issue. The two goals from Aston Villa were from set pieces. If we could defend those, honestly, we probably would have won the match 1-0. Like, it's ridiculous. We have tall players, but that isn't just everything. We also have to see who is putting the effort in. And that, I will say, is the second goal with Soyuncu. He's not aware of who's around him. Aston Villa have a corner. They haven't shot yet. He still isn't looking at who's behind him. What we do see is that Luke Thomas has two players next to him. He's defending one, while the other player is not being defended. And who should defend him? It's Soyuncu. However, Soyuncu is looking at the ball, doesn't even take a glance of who's behind him. And next thing you know, the ball goes to him. Soyuncu puts no effort into holding his ground or jumping up and heading the ball out. The Villa player who's behind him, who Soyuncu has no clue whatsoever, bodies him and puts the head in first. Like, where is your defensive skills and qualities there? You know, this is pretty much football 101. Who are you defending? Who are you defending? Like, you're not attacking. This isn't a set piece where you head the ball in yourself. You're defending the set piece. And who you need to defend? You need to defend the players that are trying to head the ball in or kick the ball in. Like, literally, like, I don't understand why we are still zonal marking when we should be positional marking. And we can't say that, oh, you know, this was a match. Okay, now we know to positional mark. No, this has been going on for so long where we're saying man mark, positional mark, no zonal marking. That's just not working. That happened against Chelsea. That happened against Southampton. Like, what else do we have to do in order to have these players realize that zonal marking is not working? It's just not effective at all, and it's costing us goals. So, in my opinion, with Soyuncu, as far as that set piece and not being aware of who's around him, I think his performance as a defender alongside Johnny Evans is not to where it needs to be. Honestly, he's not tracking back. Some passes he gives are just, I don't know where it's going. It's not going to where it needs to be. So we have to look at changes there if that's the case. Now, who can we give a chance to? Can we give a chance to Jannik Vestergaard? I don't think so. He hasn't been performing to where he needs to be. His qualities in the first part of the season weren't there. It looked like he was not fit for a Premier League match. So definitely, I wouldn't give him the chance. If anything, like, if he needs to pretty much just build himself back up in a FA Cup match or a Carabao Cup match, because that's the only time we can see him and see, all right, maybe if he is up to date and up to the qualities and standards of this squad to be starting a Premier League match, then go ahead. But at this time, he's not in my opinion, not a change for Soyuncu. However, we do have Daniel Amartey, who I think possibly could be an alternative for Soyuncu. Now, he really hasn't been playing the center right side of the defensive line. I mean, he's been playing center right side of the defensive line, but not towards the left. So perhaps we could switch roles with Johnny Evans and have Johnny Evans play Suyunchu's role while we have Daniel Marty take Evans' role. But that's just if that is the case where Suyunchu really is not fit anymore to be playing in this role, or at least take a break. Because from what I'm seeing, he is not to where he needs to be, to where we know Suyunchu can be, and it's honestly costing us goals. Simple as that. It's costing us goals. Now, for the midfield, Lookman, I'm a big fan. I'm a huge fan of Lookman. He has pace. He has creativity. He has great technicality. However, lately he has not been performing to where we know he can perform. He has been losing the ball. He has been giving too much of a soft pass. The pass where he needs to be is just not going to where it is. It's honestly, it's slowly declining, and I think his performance is just not that effective, not that effective at all. And as much as I hate to say it, that we may have to change Lookman out and put someone in like Ayuti Perez or Mark Albrighton. Even though that will take some pace off from the right wing, it might be the best option as far as creating chances and not losing the ball. But as far as Patson Daka, he played a great game. He held the ball. He laid the ball off for Lookman, for Harvey Barnes, for Madison. He did all that he could. He played his position really well. And honestly, we're honored to have him as our striker because he is working his role perfectly well. Tall player, fast player, coming back, and we can't say that he played a bad match. He played great. He did all that he could, and that's all we need from him. And we need our midfielders, we need our wingers to go ahead and take those opportunities that Patson Daka gives them, like with Madison, with Harvey Barnes. The first goal by Harvey Barnes was great. However, we had so many more chances towards that first half, towards the end, and they just weren't taken. And when you miss opportunities, the opposition who has the opportunity will end up making the goal. Now, with that first set piece by Aston Villa that scored the first goal, in my head, I could say that 95% chance I thought that ball was going to go in the net. And next thing you know, it did. So if we honestly can say and think before the set piece is even taken, hey, is this ball going into the net? If we can think that and mostly convince ourselves that, yeah, it probably will go in, then what are we doing? Why are we correcting this issue? No, it's honestly, like I said, it's agonizing. We need to correct these. It's honestly costing us the match. Now, I will say, is Brendan Rodgers at fault for these corrections as far as set pieces goes? Sure, yes. I think he needs to put more time into correcting set pieces. If it has to be a full day or even 2 full days of just learning how to correct the set piece and defend them, so be it. But as far as our performance goes and just dropping in form after the opposition ties the match, that I think is at fault for the players. They're not putting in that effort. Yes, the coach has to motivate the players and see what needs to be done in order for them to continue strong throughout the entire 90 minutes. But still, the players have a big part in their performance. They're the ones who pick themselves up. The teammates, the chemistry with the team, that all plays a part in the way we perform. Now, as far as the issues have been going on within the past couple of months with Brendan Rodgers linked to Manchester United, however, that's not happening anymore. Yuri Tielemans not accepting a contract offer. It's just all those speculations and maybe the rumors, if they are true or not, it's just causing so much change, drastic change in our performance. Who wants to be in a squad where you're hearing that your manager might leave? Especially if you're like Patson Daka or Samore coming into this team, your coach is telling you, hey, there's so many good things about this club that if you come here, so many opportunities will open for you. And with that side talk of him, of your manager saying that he's going to leave, like that's just affecting our performance. And that's honestly one of the main reasons to why we are where we are currently in this Premier League season. So we have to just ignore that. We have to The coach honestly has to find a way and tell his squad, listen, we have a long season ahead of us. We have Europa League. We have to focus and play the way we played our past 2 seasons, where we were just top 5 throughout the entire season, the majority of the season, top 5. We last season we did not even go past. We didn't go past top 5. I don't think since like the first couple of weeks maybe of the start of the 2021 season. So it's honestly, it just has to do with just that mentality and that psychology of just focusing on the season, learning and knowing that how much we've accomplished from the time Brendan Rodgers has come into the squad and what he's changed. Like, it's all honestly the way we are right now from what Brendan Rodgers did from the start. It's all coming down within within months, honestly, within months. So we just have to pick ourselves up. Right now, we are in 11th place, 19 points. Aston Villa are ahead of us by goal differential, but still, we have a lot of time to pick ourselves up. But in order to pick up, we have to start now. We cannot be waiting on these games and just, all right, we're going to correct them now, or we'll wait for the next match to correct them. We have to act now, because if we don't act now, then most likely will not be playing in a European tournament next year. So, with that being said, set pieces, correct them, please. If it takes a day, 2 days, 3 days, or even a full week of just learning how to correct set pieces, so be it, because it's our main issue. If we correct them, then definitely less goals will be conceded, because that's pretty much how we conceded goals, set pieces. Now, as far as our attacking goes and midfield goes and players who should be playing, who shouldn't be playing, Siyunchu has to take a look at himself and see whether or not, am I playing the way I need to be playing, or should I take a break and someone come in and replace me while I work on myself and then hopefully come back to where I need to be later on in the season. As far as right wing goes with Lookman, I think everyone can say that he is slowly dropping in performance. I don't know why. Perhaps just the pressure, or just like I guess that nervousness of not being able to stay in this club now that the next year is coming around. He'll be evaluated more now. And it's like Brendan Rodgers said, like he needs to find a home. He needs to be at a club. I feel like he is with us now, but still has that second thought of, whether or not am I going to stay, or are they going to offer me a contract, or do I have to go back to Germany? So it's just honestly, it's just a matter of fact of just welcoming him into the club, knowing that we have his back and that he can perform, and then he has pretty much all support he needs from us, whether or not he signs or not. Honestly, in my opinion, from what I saw, those first couple of matches by Lookman, great, fantastic. He was creating opportunities, taking on players, not losing the ball. However, within these couple of weeks, like I said, he's been declining in form, and he just has to pick himself up from here. So, I mean, he has the capability to do what he needs to do. But as I say, I'm a big fan of him, so I definitely give him my support. But if that's the case where he's not performing where he needs to be, then put in Ayoze Perez. But overall, we have a big match coming up against Napoli. Honestly, I can't say whether we're going to win, whether we're going to tie, whether we're going to lose, because it's honestly, it's been up and down for us. Our performance has been here, has dropped here, has been back up here. But if there is a game to start where we make our comeback of the season, it's this match against Napoli, because this is the match. We win, we go to the knockout stage. We start off on a clean slate once again in Europa League. No more points, nothing. It's all about who wins the next 2 matches. And now, as far as the Premier League season goes, we take on Newcastle. And I think, in my opinion, if we lose against Newcastle and we lose against Napoli, then I think Brendan Rodgers should step aside and we have to see and look for a different manager. Because Napoli, I'll take, maybe if we lose. However, I'm not going to go with that mentality that we're going to lose. I think we can win. We just have to focus and correct what needs to be corrected. But Newcastle, a team that has been struggling and just recently got their first win of the Premier League season. If we lose to Newcastle, then there is the message that Brendan Rodgers should no longer be coaching Leicester City. But let's hope that doesn't happen. Let's hope we pick up from the match against Napoli. And yeah, I'll see you for the pre-match review of Leicester City versus Napoli. See ya.